Alright, welcome to the channel, YouTubers. I'd say good morning because it is morning, but you might not be watching this in the morning, so whatever. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning and it's 62 degrees out. It's calm, no wind, and it's getting a little humid, but it might just be morning dew, who knows. But it's going to be sunny, and so I'm down here at the sawmill shed, and I'm going to cut up the slab wood off this last log, that ugly, rotten log. Anyway, that ugly, rotten log, well, like I showed you, it's still sitting here in the mill, but it did come out to make a nice 4x6, and I use them when I build my sheds here. I use them for the columns. So, and due to the fact that they're oak, they're plenty heavy enough, they're strong enough. So that's not an issue. So anyway, this is what I got. I mean, it's unbelievable. I got anything out of this. I don't even know why I cut it. I just felt like I wanted to see what I could get out of it, you know. And gives you an idea what you can do with a rotten log. You know, you can get something or you get nothing, but nevertheless, after you cut it, you still got the slab wood for firewood, so better than nothing. Anyway, that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to cut this up, so I'll be back, so hang in there. Alright, here we go. We have another ultra ugly log here, another one, and we'll see if we can get out of this. It looks good in the middle, actually up in here really where it looks bad. And that's where all the limbs and that were. And I'll get you a measurement on it. I'll be right back. Okay, right now, right in there, there's a drain that comes out underneath. And yesterday I seen a snake coming out of there. So I waited, and he come out, the sun, and it was a copperhead. And I think that was the little one I got. I just seen the big one. It's humongous. The girth on that thing was huge. But I just seen the girth that was slithering out of that pipe and in under, I think, underneath the slab there. So I'm waiting for him to come out. I have my 22 with birdshot. So everything's on hold right now. So anyway, I'll be back when I get some action going here. Alright, I didn't have my camera on. I just shot the copperhead. I'll fish him out so you can see him. There he is. All right. I don't know if I can. That's a copperhead. That's the second one I got there, so I'm hoping that's it. Yeah. Anyway, that's my kill for today. Alright, that's the underside. He's still moving. I know they don't quit moving until sundown, I guess, but I ain't taking no chances with him. I'm going to probably blow his head off just to make sure. I don't want to, you can see him moving there. It's like maybe I just knocked him out or something. I don't know. I ain't going to take a chance with him, so anyway, I won't bring you along for the rest of it, but that's where we're at. I had to flip this log 180 degrees because there's a big, I don't know if you can see it over here. Yeah, just on the other side of the clamp was a big knob there. And it was teetering on that, and I didn't feel like breaking the saw out and cutting it off. So I just did a 180. I normally don't do that. I usually cut 90 degrees. But here, let me show you. I don't know if you can see this, but this is how ugly that piece is I cut off. I just cut that one off. I mean, that is just, most people wouldn't even use that for firewood. But I burn everything that's not used for lumber. But anyway, this is what was under it. I mean, there's some knots in it, but it's very smooth. Didn't get any bowing on it, no stress. So anyway, now we're going to try to stand this up, and I don't know how well this is going to work. I don't like this way of doing it. I always like going 90 degrees. But let's see what we can do here for getting this up there. All right, well, it's a nice piece of lumber. It's a nice hunk of oak. It's 6 7/8 by 6 7/8. Now this is set up and ready to go to cut to 6/4. And you can, I don't know if you can see, but the corners on these are just so crisp and so, you can probably cut yourself on these corners. And this thing's cutting fantastic. I am really pleased with this. I don't know if you can look down. Kind of see how nice it's cut. But that's a nice hunk of oak, considering all that crap on the outside, this stuff here. I mean, that is just, that's unbelievable. So I think that's kind of a lesson that if people have sawmills and they see a log like that, look at the end. And if the end looks solid, if you could get a 6 by 6 out of it or something, I think it's worth cutting. I really do. I just think that it's, worthwhile cutting. Now I think I'm going to turn this. You see where the heart is here, right here? If I flip this up, I could get more lumber without the heart in it. And I think that's what I'm going to do. So let me flip that down and we'll start cutting them up into 2 by 6 7/8. All right. Okay, what I'm going to do now, I've got these two boards set aside. And I'm going to take the main beam there, flip it up. I'm going to make that into a 4x6 because that has the heart in it. So it's all right for that, but it wouldn't be any good for any other lumber. So I'll flip that up and we're going to cut it down to 6 inches wide and it'll be 3.5 inches thick. Alright, that's it. Got that stuff covered up. This is what I'm going to leave this on the mill for now. Got that 3.5 by 6, and then these are the pieces I took off of about 3/4 by 3.5. But anyway, that's going to do it for this video. And I wanted to make a comment on the. Just hang on a minute. Okay, I wanted to make a comment that Brian made. I don't know, when he left a comment, and he asked me if something about wrapping my lumber. I don't know what he really meant by that. Maybe you could send me another comment and explain that a little better. I'm kind of confused about that. The only way I can answer, and I don't know if that's going to answer your question, but I cover my stuff with tin just to keep the weather off of it, and a lot of it got weather that wasn't covered, and it's gray, and it doesn't look like new lumber, that's for sure. But the bottom line is, and you can see it over there, if I would decide to run that through the planer and use it, it would look like new. It would just take that oxidation right off that lumber. But I don't know, like I said, I really don't know what you meant by wrapping. So if you could maybe comment and explain that a little better. I like to try to answer it. When people have questions, I like to try to answer them, but if I remember. And I just happened to think of it, so anyway, leave a comment and let me know not exactly what you meant by wrapping the lumber, that's how I read it, but anyway, that's going to do it for this one. And the incident with the mill when it stalled, just shut off. I really don't know why it did that, but I got a feeling it has to do with the gas. That gas is over a year old in there, and it laid there over all the winter, and it kind of runs like it's on choke all the time. It sounds like it, but it's not, and I think it's the gas. So once I'm just about done with that, and I'll put fresh gas in, I think we'll get a better result. At least I hope to. But other than that, the mill's running perfect. And you've seen my incident with the snake incident. I hope that's all there is. There were 2 copperheads. I got one yesterday, and I got one today. And I hope that's all that was in that den. I just don't like. I'm not crazy about snakes, but copperheads, I definitely do not want around my buildings. I could hardly see them. That one yesterday when I got it. I was looking for it, and I just about stepped on it. And I was looking hard for it, and I couldn't see it. It blended in so nice with the leaves and the dirt. But anyway, fortunately, they met their demise, not me. So anyway, that's going to be it for now. And if you would please subscribe, hit the like button, and I'll try to bring you more thrilling, exciting moments on all my videos. So stay tuned, and we'll catch you on the next video, and stay safe and have a great day.